Good morning, friends. Welcome to the practical session for the design of mechanical drive subject. And today we are going to discuss the designing steps for bevel gear drive. So let us start with the bevel gear. Uh, Let me share my screen with you. Hope you can see my screen on your gadgets. So basically, bevel gears are used to transmit power between two intersecting shafts. There are two common type of bevel gears. One is spiral and one is straight bevel gear. You can see the straight bevel gear on your screen and spiral gear also. In a straight bevel gear, they are easy to design and manufacture. Gives reasonably good service when mounted properly on the shaft. Uh, However, they create noise at high speed. Whenever there is a high speed application, the straight bevel gear produces a noise. It is one of the disadvantage of straight bevel gear. On the other hand, spiral gears are difficult to design and costly to manufacture. Spiral bevel gears have smooth teeth engagement, which results in quiet operation even at high speed. Basically, the applications of bevel gears you will find in the differential of the automobile, drilling machine, and elevating table. Also, you can find a pair of bevel gear. Basically, the geometry of the bevel gear you can see in the left side of the screen. Um, you can see a pair of bevel gear where you see a gamma p, that is pitch angle. Theta is what angle between axis of the shaft, that is usually 90 degree or maybe more or maybe less, but main angle is pitch angle, or it is also called as center angle. What is pitch angle? It is an angle between axis of the shaft and axis of the tooth of the gear. Uh, when pitch angle is less than 90, it is also called as external bevel gear. When pitch angle is equal to 90, it is called as crown gear. And when pitch of the gear is more than 90, it is called as internal bevel gears. One term is also there, that Miller gear. When two identical bevel gears are mounted on a shaft, which is intersecting at right angle to each other, this is called as Miller gear. One also there is one also gear which is called as crown gear. In a pair of bevel gears, when one of the gear has pitch angle of 90 degree, then that gear is also called as crown gear. Such bevel gear are mounted on shaft which are intersecting more than 90-degree angle. From the geometry, you can see that pitch angle is gamma, represented by gamma, which is very important. And to calculate that pitch angle, there are some formulas given in the design data book on the left side of your screen. Now, procedure for designing of these gears is same as that of a spur gear and helical gears. Basic steps are required, basic forces are the same. As there is also engagement of tooth, there is beam strength, there is wear strength, there is dynamic strength, there is endurance strength. Likewise, we have to calculate each of the strength. Now the first step, before starting the first step, you just have to calculate pitch angle. For pitch angle, acute angle gears, the formula for pitch angle is given in the left side of the screen. See here, one formula is written, that is for pinion and for gear. Similarly, for obtuse angle, pitch angle formula for calculating the pitch angle is also mentioned. Now, looking towards the steps, designing steps, the very first step for designing the bevel gear is select the number of teeth on pinion and gear. Now, minimum number of teeth there is some limitations to assume the minimum number of teeth on pinion or gears, uh, which is given in the table XVI 21. See, just below that table, number of teeth, minimum number of teeth, T minimum, the formula is given for TG upon TP, that is TG is representing the tooth on gear and TP is tooth on pinion. If the ratio is 4, then we have to take number of teeth on pinion is 12. Likewise, if TG by TP equal to 1, the minimum number of tooth on pinion is 18. So let's start with taking a minimum number of teeth on pinion as 12. So first step is over. After that, assume the module of the teeth as M. Calculate the pitch diameter of the pinion and gears. Now using M, you have to calculate as the definition of M is the ratio of diameter to the number of teeth. Now according to definition, you can calculate the diameter in terms of module. For diameter of pinion, it is TP into M, and for diameter of gear, it is TG into M. Now accordingly, you have to calculate the VP in terms of module. Now basically the formula for calculating the VP, that is pi dn by 60. If you are taking the diameter in mm, you just divide into divided the term by 1000, so that it will be converted in meter and VP in meter per second. So in this term we have dp in the form of module. So final VP, that is pitch line velocity, is in terms of module. So here we are not getting the value of VP in meter per second or directly in meter per second. This VP is in the form of module. Now to calculate design power. Now to calculate the design power, just come to the page number 179. The calculate the design power PD and tangential tooth load FT. Now if you see the table where tooth load is FT, tooth load is given, formula to calculate the tooth load is given, PD upon VP, FT equal to PD upon VP. Now we know the PD design power by which is calculated from rated power into load factor, as discussed in the earlier gears. Now VP in the form of module and PD having some value. So FT will be in the form of module in the denominator. Okay. Now here see, VP is in the form of module, FT is in the form of module, and DP is also in the form of module. We are not getting any value accurately. All are in the form of module. Now assume the material for pinion and gears if it is not mentioned in the problem. If there is a material is mentioned in the problem, you have to choose that material only. Otherwise you can go to table number XVI 10. So just go table number XVI 10. Like in the spur gear, you also have selected the values from selected the material from there. See page number 171. You can assume any material. If there is a mention in the problem that the material for pinion and gear are same, then you have to select the same material for pinion and gear. Otherwise you can have different material also, but for you should take a single material till there is asking for the different material. You should have only one material. You can select SA1045 heat treated or any material from the above or given table from page number 171. This is step number 5. Now calculate the formative number of teeth TF from the table XVI 20. Now, what is formative number of teeth? These all terms we already learned about in our theory classes. Now, to calculate the formative number of teeth, you should have the angle, pitch angle. You already calculated before start of the design steps. You have the pitch angle. Now, formative number of teeth can be determined using this formula on the left side of your screen. TF equal to T upon cos phi. Now, T is what? T is number of teeth. If you are you want to calculate formative number of teeth on pinion, then in place of T it is TP, that is pinion, number of teeth for pinion, and similarly for gear also. So calculate the formative number of teeth. Next step is to calculate the beam strength. To calculate the beam strength, a Levy's equation is used where FB equal to one formula is given in the page on the page number 179. You can see here FB equal to SO into CV into Y into B into M, where SO is what? Basic strength. From where we have to take this? You have to take this from page number 171, from where you have chosen the material of the gear or pinion. Now CV is what? Velocity factor. That velocity factor, some range is given here in the design. Assume the trial value of velocity factor using NP, that is NP is rotation of pinion or speed of pinion. If speed of pinion is less than 1000 RPM, you can have a CV value of CV is 0.5. Likewise, if your speed is in the range between speed in the range of 2000 to 1000 RPM, you should select the CV as 0.4, 0.3 for the speed 2000 to 3000 RPM. Accordingly, you have to choose the value of CV. Now, Y, you can calculate Y Levy's form factor. You as discussed in earlier years. B is width. You can assume that width from the table given below. See table XVI 21, where in the last line, serial number 3, width of the gear, that is B equal to 6 module to 7 module for length 30 module. Accordingly, you have to select the width of the gear in the form of module. Another term is module, which is in the form of module only. That all FB, the calculation of FB will be in the form of module square. Module square means FB. See step number 9. Calculate the beam strength FB in terms of module with the help of Levy's equation given, what we discussed earlier. It will be in the form of module square. Okay, means up till now we don't have the value for module for calculating FB, for calculating FT, for calculating VP, for calculating module also. We don't have a value for module. That's why all the values, all the calculation are in the form of module up till now. Now in the step number 10, for safety of design, we must calculate we must put a condition that FT should be, that is tooth load should be equal to or less than beam strength or bending strength. Means for maximum condition, we can equate the FT with FB. Means tooth load can be equal to FB, but it cannot be, FT cannot be greater than FB. So maximum condition FT equal to FB. By equating these two, we can have the value of module. Once we get the module, your 80% problem will solve. Now using that module, which we will got in step number 10, we can calculate all the parameter related with the module, like DP, DG, VP, CV, FT, B. All these parameter we can determine with the help of module. This design is sufficient for intermittent duty for the bevel gear. But for continuous duty, you need to calculate the dynamic load and endurance strength and wear strength also. Using the formula given below that table, that is on page number 181. For calculating the dynamic load, you can have same process. We have to follow the same process which we discussed in the helical gear and spur gear, where we have to calculate VP. VP is also calculated here, where C, E error, permissible error, B. Accordingly, you have to calculate FD. Accordingly, you have to calculate the wear load. Then after calculating all these load, we have to you have to apply a limit, that is you have to apply limit, that is FD should be less than FW. Accordingly, you can have all the values of worm gear, bevel gear, sorry. So in this way, the bevel gears, the design steps of bevel gears are concluded. Hope you understand it. The problems discussed in the theory classes and the university problem, you can take as an assignment or as a practical and try to solve it. If you found any difficulty during solving this particular problem, you can ask me anytime in college or on phone also. And you can ask me the difficulties in theory lectures also. Hope you understand the topic and getting the concept thoroughly. Thank you. Thank you for your patiently listening to the lectures.